WoW is celebrating its 20th anniversary this week and next week, I think. So over the past 20 years, there have been 10 expansions since the release of Vanilla in 2004. Now, for this event, there's like a bunch of this currency, these tokens that are earned by doing quests and certain events with the games, and these tokens are being used to purchase, which I thought was really cool. The old T2 sets, as well as some cool mounts and toys. So, how do you feel about like this whole 20th anniversary thing? And do you have a favorite T2 set?
I think it's pretty cool. I think it's really good to see some of these old sets. Like I love the Paladin Judgment set. Like that's one of my favorite transmogs, and I've been trying for a long time trying to get the full set running. I think it's Blackrock Depths, right?
Yeah, and Paladin's by far the most beautiful T2 set of all of them.
And having the ability to kind of get that is pretty cool. I think the biggest controversy going around right now is that $90 mount, and
yeah,
it's when I first saw the mount, I was like, oh wow, this looks super cool. I was like, let me just go into the shop and see how much it is. $90. I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. And to be honest, like I'm not against like paying top dollar for something like that, because I think if this had come out maybe like 4 or 5 years ago when I was super into World of Warcraft, I definitely would have purchased it without even thinking about it. But right now, when I'm at a point where WoW I'm not spending as much time on WoW as I used to, and not enjoying the game as much as I used to. But it's still a little crazy to see that. So did you?
Did you happen to hop on, and have you like participated in the anniversary event at all?
I've done a couple things. I've done some of like I can't remember what it's called, the mount off thing. I did that.
Yeah.
I did the transmog thing. That was pretty cool.
It's I just wanted to mention this real quick. So it's so funny you talk about the $90 mount, because I actually bought it, but I just converted gold to WoW tokens, and WoW tokens to the BattleNet balance. But it was going around. Did you hear that that Blizzard banned like a shit ton of accounts after they had purchased the mount? So like all like the botters and stuff like that, they released this mount. All these people bought the mount with gold that they had turned into WoW tokens and into currency, bought the mount, and then WoW permabanned their accounts right afterward.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw that there was basically a scarcity on WoW tokens too for a while. Like there just weren't enough WoW tokens going around.
Oh, you had to, so like it was funny too, because I was sitting there at the auction house for a while, like just trying to refresh it, and it's like in between refreshes you have to wait a minute in between every one, and there were people that were sitting there for hours just trying to buy a WoW token, because the WoW tokens actually spiked up quite a bit. They have dropped back down, but there was a script that I found on Reddit that I was just pressing in, and it would automatically like grab the first one that was available to me. So I got, all 5 or 6 of my WoW tokens in the matter of like 5-10 minutes. But people, we were sitting there for hours, dude, waiting for them.
Yeah, I was thinking about going that route too, and then I realized it would basically be all my gold between all my characters combined. So I was like, I don't know if that's necessarily something I want to do. So I'm still kind of on the fence as to whether or not I want to purchase it. And it's a super cool mount. Like, don't get me wrong, like the mount looks sick and the concept of it is awesome. Like, I love the idea of having an auction house and a mailbox with you at all times.
Yeah.
I'm not super big into farming and doing all sorts of stuff like that anymore within the game. So I don't know how much use it would actually be outside of just like riding it around.
Yeah, but it's one of those, you got to get one just to get one, because it's almost like, you remember the whole meme going around, if you didn't have early access, you were like one of the poors.
Yeah.
it's going around like that in trade chat and everything like that. Oh, everybody's just mad because they're poor and can't get it.
Yeah, no, I saw people going around, like whenever someone would see someone with that mount, they would just be like, oink, oink, pay pigs, calling them pay pigs. And so, I mean, it's don't get me wrong. Like I said, if I was in a spot where I was playing the game a lot more and actually would use the game, or we use them out the way it's supposed to be used, I definitely wouldn't even think about purchasing it. Like I said, I just don't play WoW as much as I used to, and for me, the $90 price tag is another game that I could buy, and I'd rather buy another game.
So it was funny too, because there was a little bit of a meme going around on the WoW forums and Reddit about how the release of this patch was like one of the buggiest patches that have ever been released. But, you know, it's all good though. They have a $90 mount available because like they had certain classes like BM Hunters, MM Hunters, LE Shamans, just completely broken, like one-shotting things. It was a pretty shit patch that they put out. So they had to do maintenance like the very next day, and people were just so fucking pissed that they were like, oh, what a great time to put out this mount. So do you think that like having these having these anniversary events bring back a lot of old players? And do you think that WoW has another 20 years of being around?
It definitely brings people back. Like I said, I think the big thing is, and we've talked about this in links before, how much of a drug nostalgia is. When you see things that you used to do when you were a kid, or you see things from your childhood, like you tend to kind of be get drawn to it. So when people are seeing some of these old, whether it's mounts, gear sets that are very difficult to get at times, and now you're able to get it a lot easier just by grinding, doing some like small events, and that honestly don't take a whole lot of time. Like you could spend an hour and you can get everything done and get all your tokens, and you could probably get everything that you want if you really tried. I think that brings a lot of people back. And 20 years, I mean, it's tough to say. I think the MMO space in general is kind of a dying breed. It's crazy to say because WoW still gets like I think they still have probably like 4 or 5 million subs, which is huge. Like they're still making a shit ton of money. It's just whether or not like this type of game will be able to survive in the future. I think we're kind of moving into a world where games are trying to kind of be like an all-in-one thing where you can kind of just do everything and anything on these games, kind of like how Fortnite has their different game modes that you can play, and you can basically play whatever you want on Fortnite. Same thing with Roblox, Grand Theft Auto, stuff like that. And I'm interested to see which route kind of Blizzard continues to progress with World of Warcraft. I think adding all these extras like classic and hardcore and season of discovery, I think that kind of gives them an avenue to target these other markets that they normally wouldn't get with just retail. And they've been pretty smart in identifying that and really kind of going to that point.
Yeah, I'd say I agree with you. I mean, 20 years seems like a long time away from now, but it's really not. I mean, we would be, what, like 53, 54? I mean, yeah, I don't know if I'd be playing WoW. And, I mean, you really don't see a whole lot of new blood coming in the game. Like you said, they got games like, you know, Fortnite and Roblox and Grand Theft Auto that has all these other games, you know, built into it. So
it's just the... Sorry. It's MMOs just don't give you that reward, that instant reward that you're kind of accustomed to with games like Fortnite. Like in Fortnite, you get 1 or 2 kills and you're instantly rewarded. Like, you know, like, okay, I did good. World of Warcraft and MMOs in general require so much grinding just to be able to get to play the game that you want to play. Like the leveling aspect of it, like, yeah, that's cool and all, but if all you're doing is leveling and that's all you enjoy, then MMOs are kind of not the game for you, I would say. I think the beauty of an MMO is there is a lot to do, and there's a lot of different things that you can kind of do, but a lot of it is kind of predicated on your end game and what you do at max level. If there's not enough to do at max level, people tend to kind of get bored, but at the same time, it's like if the route to get to max level is just so big and so much, it's gonna sway a lot of players to kind of move away from the game.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.